Hello students, welcome to Knowledge Academy. I hope you all are doing well in life. Today in this important session of English literature, we shall discuss about Shakespearean tragedy. This is an important topic for the point of view of the examination. Generally we see that such type of questions are being asked in the examinations, that what are the chief characteristics of Shakespearean tragedy, discuss with reference to the tragedies you have read, or it may be what is the contribution of Shakespeare to English tragedy, what is his originality. Seldomly, it may be also that write a short note on conflict in a Shakespearean tragedy. Do you find any poetic justice in his tragedies? Or it may be, apart from this, not character or destiny, but both destiny and character are the sources of tragedy in Shakespeare. डिस्क्राइब इट, यानी शेक्सपियर की जो ट्रेजेडी है उनमें कैरेक्टर और डेस्टिनी का भी बहुत इम्पैक्ट है, इसके बारे में डिस्क्राइब करें. सो जनरली वी सी दैट सच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशंस, सो वी शैल डिस्कस अबाउट ऑल दिस. But first of all, I would like to say that please like, subscribe, share and motivate channel for new updates. It will be beneficial for you. You are most welcome for your suggestions and comments for teaching learning perspective. Now without wasting time, let's start it. Students, we see that Shakespearean tragedy is romantic in spirit, but it observes the fundamental requirements of tragedy as expounded in Aristotle Poetics. यानी शेक्सपियर की जो ट्रेजेडी है उसकी स्पिरिट तो रोमांटिक है, लेकिन इसमें दुखांत नाटक के भी सभी तत्व आते हैं जो कि एरिस्टोटल के द्वारा डिस्क्राइब किए गए हैं. उनकी फेमस ट्रेजेडीज के संबंध में डिस्कस करें. हिज फेमस ट्रेजेडीज आर रोमियो एंड जूलियट 1595, जूलियस सीजर 1599, हेमलेट 1601, ओथेलो 1605, किंग लियर 1606, मैकबेथ 1606 and Antony and Cleopatra 1607. As I have explained in beginning that Shakespeare tragedy is romantic, but it observes in spite of important differences of techniques, the fundamental of tragedy. Shakespearean tragedy is preeminently the story of one person, the hero, or at most of the two, the hero and heroine. It is only in the love tragedies, Romeo and Juliet, Antony and Cleopatra. शेक्सपियर की ट्रेजेडी की एक विशेषता ये भी है कि इनमें जो हीरोइन है वह सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है, तथा जो कथा का नायक है यानी हीरो है वह दर्शकों का ध्यान अपनी ओर संकेंद्रित किए रहता है. देयर आर नो डाउट अ नंबर ऑफ द पर्सन्स, but the attention is concentrated on the main figure. A typical Shakespearean tragedy is single star. The story leads up to and includes the death of the hero. At the end, the stage is often littered with corpses. It is essentially a tale of suffering and calamity conducting to death. ट्रेजिक हीरोज की जो छवि है वह इतनी स्पष्ट होती है कि वे स्टेज को पूरी तरह से बांधे रहते हैं, या ये कहें कि दर्शक वर्ग का ध्यान अपनी ओर संकेंद्रित करने में सक्षम होते हैं. और यही कारण है कि उनके लिए स्टैंड इन हाई डिग्री कहा जाता है. ये चाहे किंग लियर हो या किंग्स हो, प्रिंसेस हो, मिलिट्री जनरल्स हो या राजघरानों से संबंधित महत्वपूर्ण शख्सियत हो, ये हाई प्रोफाइल पर्सनैलिटीज हैं तथा रॉयल फैमिलीज से कहीं न कहीं बिलोंग करती हैं. Thus we see that Hamlet is a prince, Lear is a king, Macbeth belongs to the royal family and is trusted kinsman and general, and Othello is a great warrior and brave general. Shakespeare's concept of tragedy is medieval, for like the moderns, he is not concerned with the fate of the common man, with his sorrows and sufferings. The exalted personages suffers greatly, their sufferings and calamity is exceptional. Thus we see the Macbeth suffers, the murder suffer, or we should say that the Macbeth after the murder suffers the torture of hell. We see as if there were scorpions in his brain. Othello is on the rack with jealousy the greater part of the play. We see Lear goes mad and raves, and Hamlet's soul is torn within. Their sufferings is contrasted with their previous happiness. The hero is such an important personality that his falls affects the welfare of whole nation or empire, and when he falls suddenly from the height of earthly greatness to the dust, his fall produces a sense of his powerlessness of man and omnipotence of fate. So we should say, or we can say, that tragic hero is not only a person of high degree, he also has an exceptional nature. He is built on a grand scale. He has some passions or obsessions which attains in him a terrible force. He has marked one sidedness, a strong tendency to act in particular ways. They are all driven in some one direction by some particular interest, object, passion, or habit of mind. In this context, Bradley says to this trait as the tragic flow. The Macbeth has the valuing ambition, Hamlet noble inaction, Lear the folly and fondness of old days. Owing to the fault or flaw of his character, the tragic hero falls from greatness, and his error, joining with other causes, brings on him ruin. Or we should say, in other words, his character issues in action, or action issues out of his character. It is in the sense that character of destiny. Yes, of course, we also see the touch of character of destiny in Shakespearean tragedy. It is true about Shakespearean tragedy. The tragedy is unique, or its description is unique also. The character of the hero is responsible for his action, and from this point of view, we can say he appears to be instrument shaping his own destiny. The tragic hero, no doubt, has this particular flaw which spells his doom, but otherwise he is an admirable character, a genius, a great warrior, or an exceptionally honest and virtuous person. But all this is exceptional human material suffers and is wasted. At the close of the tragedy, we see the evil does not triumph, it is expelled at the cost of the much that is good and wholly admirable. There is no tragedy in the expulsion of evil. The tragedy is that it involves the waste of good. And when we talk about the character of destiny, because we see there is an impact of character of destiny in Shakespearean tragedy also. So when we say that the character of destiny in Shakespeare, we do not state the complete truth. His tragedies, as in this context Nicole points out, are not merely tragedies of character, but the tragedies of character and destiny. So we can say that both destiny and character are the sources of tragedy in Shakespeare. There is a tragic relationship between the hero and his environment. Fate or destiny places him at just those circumstances and situations with which he is incapable of dealing. Fatal sources, or we should say that fatal circumstances, fatal forces seem to hover over his head. For example, Macbeth is exposed to such temptation to withstand, which he would have had to be contented and unaspiring as well as firm of will. But it is exactly that these qualities he lacks. He is weak of will, has ambition, longs for the crown, and desires personal aggrandizement. We also see the situation in Othello requires calm and cool thinking, but it is just this quality which the hero does not have. In Hamlet, swift action would have saved the situation, but the hero is given to brooding thought, and noble inaction intercharge their respective circumstances, and there would be no tragedy at all. In other words, we can say the flaw in the character of the hero proves fatal for him only in the peculiar circumstances in which cruel destiny has placed him. इस तरह से हम देखते हैं कि जो शेक्सपियर की ट्रेजेडीज़ हैं उनके कैरेक्टर में आपको एक ग्रेटनेस और डिग्निटी देखने को मिलेगी, चाहे वे हेमलेट के कैरेक्टर में हो, किंग लियर हो, या जनरल्स हो, ऑथेलो और मैकबेथ ही क्यों ना हो। इन सभी ट्रेजेडीज़ में आप देखेंगे कि किस तरह से नायक का डिनाउमेंट होता है और उसके बाद डाउनफॉल देखने को मिलता है। हिज सफरिंग्स रिजल्टिंग इन हिज डाउनफॉल एंड डेथ अफेक्ट्स अ होल नेशन और एम्पायर। और इस तरह से उनके दुखद अंत को देखकर कहीं ना कहीं सारा राष्ट्र प्रभावित होता है, या ये कहें कि दर्शक वर्ग में नायक के प्रति कहीं ना कहीं संवेदना अराइज होती है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इज द सोल ऑफ शेक्सपियरियन ट्रेजेडी। द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में बी अराइज बिटवीन द टू पर्सन्स, I mean to say the hero and the villain, or between the two rival parties or groups in one of which the hero is the leading figure. Of course, this may be called external conflict. In Macbeth, we see the hero Macbeth and his wife Lady Macbeth are opposed to the king. In Richard II, we see the king stands and his party on the other. There is also an inner conflict, an inward struggle in the mind of the hero we see, and of course it is this inner conflict which of the far greater importance to the case, or we should say in reference of Shakespearean tragedy. In Macbeth, according to Bradley, that treasonous ambition in Macbeth collides with loyalty and patriotism. So we can say that Shakespearean tragedy presents an elevating and ennobling vision of life. It is never depressing and pessimistic. It reveals the dignity of the man and human endeavor over the power of evil, which is ultimately defeated. It ends with the restoration of power of the good. That's all for today. Please take care of yourself. Thank you for being with me.